It's time for Eastern View High School basketball. Good evening, everybody. Donnie Johnston along with Gary Deal. And tonight we bring you the Battlefield District Championship game between the Eastern View Cyclones hosting the Culpeper Devils. Third time that these two teams will have met this year. Each has won one game. This will be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, we've been here before, Donnie, and I think it's going to be an exciting game tonight. These two teams know each other very well. Both have had great seasons, with Eastern View winning the regular season and almost had a 20-0 perfect record until Culpeper beat them last game. So I'm looking forward to tonight. I think it's going to be a great game.
Well, Eastern View comes in with a record of 20 wins and 1 loss. They won last night, defeating King George and moving into the final game. Culpeper comes in with a record of 18 wins and 4 losses, and they beat Chancellor last night 65-51 to get to the final game. One good thing about Culpeper's win last night, they had a very balanced scoring attack. Maylee Reagan had 18, Autumn Fairfax had 18, and Maya Robinson had 17. That's when you have 3 girls scoring in double figures and almost getting 20 points, that says a lot for your ball club.
Well, I agree, Donnie, and that's the way it's been all year for Culpeper. Tonight I'm going to be curious to see if Eastern View can slow down Culpeper in that transition game, because if Autumn Fairfax gets that basketball and starts taking off with it, she is very good going downhill. And between her and Amaya Robinson out on the fast break in that open court, they're tough to beat. So I think Bowles is going to have to be a factor tonight, and I think someone is going to have to pick Autumn Fairfax up when she rebounds the basketball immediately. Somebody like Destiny Washington maybe, to play defense on her to slow her down before she gets going downhill.
Well, last night, Eastern View had a tough time in the first half against King George, and part of it was because Angie Huyanku is having some hip problems, and she fell about 4 times last night. But to her credit, she ended up with 24 points, almost half the total for the Eastern View Cyclones. So is she going to be 100% tonight? She's going to have to, if you talk about running, Angie's going to be the one that's going to have to run. So we'll see. We got a good ball game coming up for you, and we'll be back with the starting lineups and get this one underway in just a few moments. You're watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. Questioning your career path? Explore the opportunity of CNC Milling, a field that touches all corners of everyday life. Get your career on a new pathway. Hometown history is made with each passing season. Reconnect and remember those stories that helped shape Culpeper. Rediscover local sports documentary at localsportshistory.com.
Playing up our national anthem, and we're about set for the starting lineups of tonight's game. A couple of my buddies over there from the Sheriff's Department. Melvin White, David Jenkins, the inimitable David Jenkins. Keeping order here tonight. Gary, let's start with the starting lineups.
All right, Susie Ishmael, number 11. Number 12, Maylee Regan. Number 13, the 1,000-point scorer, Autumn Fairfax. Number 21, the freshman sensation, Amaya Robinson. And number 24, the coach's daughter, Kelly Hutcherson.
The Culpeper Devils, 18-4, and now the Eastern View Cyclones with a record of 20 wins and 1 loss. That to Culpeper.
Cyclones coached by Mike McCombs, Culpeper coached by Corey Dale Hutcherson. First off the bench is Angie Hilyanku. Number 10, Layla Hackley. Number 11, Sanaya Brown. Number 15, Chloe Bowles. And number 23, Destiny Washington.
And Destiny played a great game last night. I came out and watched both boys and girls last night, and let me tell you, Angie Huyanku, who was hurting, obviously fell down 4 or 5 times during the game. She just put on a show, and 24 out of the 49 points for Eastern View. She kept everything going for them.
Yep,
Great ball player.
And I think, like you were telling me, I wasn't here, Donnie, but you said that she was taking the ball to the basket more than she did last time they played. She's going to have to do that tonight in order to try to draw some fouls on Autumn Fairfax and try to get her in foul trouble. And Angie really can take the ball to the basket. She's got nice touch inside, and I look for her to do that more tonight.
But she's about 5'6", and she's got 2 giants down under in Fairfax and Maylee Reagan. So she's going to have some trouble getting in close, but we'll see what happens. All right, it's going to be Chloe Bowles jumping for Eastern View, and Autumn Fairfax jumping for the Devilettes. Eastern View in the white with the blue, dark blue for the Blue Devils, and we are underway, and it goes to Hackley. Washington outside. Hackley sets up the offense. Down low, Hayanku in the corner, into Bowles. Tries to put it out, and that's what I was talking about.
That's a good move, though, Donnie.
Robinson lost it.
I like the way Eastern View's thinking tonight, though.
Hayanku will not go. Knocked out of bounds by Bowles. Autumn Fairfax made her presence known real quick there with that block.
Well, I'd keep feeding Bowles in there to try to get her in foul trouble, Donnie. I think that's a good game plan, and I'm not sure what's going to happen with it, but I like it.
Hutcherson from the corner, no. Hackley, 1-on-4, pulls it up. Hayanku from the corner, she's off. Rebound, Washington outside. Sanaya Brown. She has not been scoring much lately. She's due to have a big night. Let's hope she breaks out.
Yes, we've seen her have good games where she shoots about 60% from the field.
Robinson for 3, no good. Rebound, Hayanku. And she brings it down left side, into the corner, and we have an offensive foul on Hayanku. Not sure what, she must have thrown an elbow in there or something.
Now, Donnie, if this game becomes a half-court set game, then the advantage goes to Eastern View. If Culpeper can't get out and run, then I'm going to go with Eastern View in this game.
We checked that foul was on Bowles. Devilettes, Robinson down the lane is fouled. And I think that may be on Bowles too, so that may be 2 quick ones on her. 2 fouls on Bowles within a 20-second period. Now Candace Brown will check in after this first shot by Amaya Robinson, and she hits the first one. 3-1. Eastern View leading. Robinson's second shot as Bowles sets down. And Amaya Robinson, the freshman, hits both of them. 3-2, Eastern View by 1. Baseline, Hiyanku has it blocked by Fairfax, second time. Gonna have a hard time getting in there close. Robinson, long three, no. Rebound, Reagan, back up, too hard. Tapped around. Washington for Eastern View. Hackley setting the play. Culpeper in the zone. Candace Brown dumps it in. Washington got it. Destiny Washington, 5-2.
Destiny needs to have a good game tonight.
She always plays good. She's always around that basketball. A lot of Fairfax really didn't have much there. Washington slows it up. Trying to work Hiyanku in the left corner. And there it goes. Gets open and hits the three. 8-2, Eastern View.
In the last game, Hiyanku was having trouble making that shot, Donnie, and she's started out good tonight.
Robinson can't get it. And Fairfax is fouled underneath. Autumn Fairfax will go to the line to shoot two. Fouls on Candace Brown. Her first, third team foul for the Eastern View Cyclones. And we saw Autumn in pregame, she was making those free throws almost every time she threw them up there, but missed that one. One out of two. 8-3, 5-point lead for the Cyclones. 4:25 to go, first period. Sanaya Brown into the middle. Washington turns, puts it up, and got it. Destiny Washington is one of the most underrated ball players on this team. She does a lot of different things and does them well. Corey Hutchison for three. And we are tied at 8.
Big shot there for Kelly and for the team.
Working into a Yonko, heavy traffic, and the ball is thrown away. Bailey Reagan had it, couldn't find a teammate to throw it to, went out of bounds. So Eastern View keeps it. Trying to get it in close to Washington, and she is fouled. I think Ishmael will be charged, and she will. Think about Culpeper. You've got Maley Reagan, you've got Amaya Robinson, and you've got Autumn Fairfax. You don't hear a lot about Susie Ishmael and Kelly Hutcherson, but they are good supporting players.
Yes, they are. Destiny Washington is getting a good feel for the ball early in the game, Donnie. You always like to get a good feel for the ball early in the game. She's already hit a couple shots. She's gone to the foul line to get that feel down. That's going to help her throughout this first half.
All right, we got a timeout now with 3:43 to go, and Eastern View leading Culpeper by a score of 12-6. And while we got a moment, we'll remind you about our live sponsor, Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book fair value, along with free trade appraisals. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. 12-6 is their score. Scoreboard had it wrong. I thought they did. They had an 8-8 score. Devils with the basketball. Robinson down the lane, puts it up, no. Hackley slows it up. Yanku. She's got Fairfax on her. And thrown away, and then Eastern View comes right back with it. Sinai Brown over to Hackley, and Layla setting up the offense. Brown. Sinai can't get that one to go, but Candace comes down with it. Back to Sinai. Into Washington in the middle, off the glass and in. Destiny Washington, 14-6, 8-point lead for the Cyclones.
I think Destiny Washington hasn't missed a shot tonight yet, Donnie.
Robinson stops and fires, no. And a foul underneath will send Autumn Fairfax to the free throw line. Fairfax has not hit a field goal so far. She's got one foul shot out of 2 tries. She comes in with almost a 24-point scoring average. Maya Robinson has a 20-point scoring average. Mike McCone's doing a little lobbying over there with the officials.
Well, Autumn hasn't rebounded basketball, and the reason they're not getting out and running is because they're making shots. Eastern View is making shots down here.
Yeah.
You can't run if you make shots, and that's what's preventing them from getting out and running right now.
Zoria Brown coming in. We got all kinds of Browns on this team. We have only 2 playing now, but sometimes there are 3 Browns on the floor. Fairfax missed that, so she's 1 out of 2 twice. 14-7. Underneath, Brown lost it. Robinson, the freshman, 1-on-3, taking it all the way and lost it. And a travel is going to be called on Layla Hackley. She rolled with the ball when she got on the floor. And it comes to Fairfax, missed it. Upset with herself as she comes down the floor. And
push.
Frustration foul. Frustration foul right there. She upsetted herself and missed. You can see that coming. Washington. Ayanku. Baseline. Comes back out. Hackley will take a long 3 and get it.
Yeah.
17-7, a 10-point lead for Eastern View.
Eastern View's shooting the ball really well tonight so far, Donnie.
Hutcherson missed it. Robinson missed it. Reagan couldn't get the rebound. The other way, Hayanku driving on Fairfax and has it rejected for the 3rd time tonight. Minute 21 to go, first period. Kelly Hutcherson will try it again. She 0 for 2 there. She had 1 earlier, a 3-pointer. Devils are cold from the outside. And the inside game has not been that productive either. Under a minute.
Like this, they're working a little bit of clock, Donnie. I know you never agree with me on this, but I like how they're working some clock here, making them come out of that zone.
Well, they're not coming out, I don't think. They're going to stay right there. Down to 35 seconds. Hackley just, as you can see, standing and dribbling. Good crowd here tonight. as we anticipated there will be. The boys' game after this one, they play King George, and that should be a really good one.
Yeah, I think it's a smart move by McCombs. You're up 10 points. Play for the last shot if they're not going to come out and guard you.
And that's what happens most of the time. You don't even get a shot. In fact, the other end of the floor, Culpeper gets 2. And the first quarter comes to an end with a score. Eastern View 17, Culpeper 9. You're watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found in Sons. More than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found in Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. Questioning your career path? Explore the opportunity of CNC Milling, a field that touches all corners of everyday life. Get your career on a new pathway. Hometown history is made with each passing season. Reconnect and remember those stories that helped shape Culpeper. Rediscover local sports documentary at localsportshistory.com.
It's been pretty much all Eastern View here in that first quarter, Gary Deal. Cyclones leading by a score of 17-9. And Devilettes need to get that game going down low. And that's what they're trying to do. Reagan kicks it out to Amaya Robinson.
Well, Eastern View's hitting shots, so it's tough for Culpeper to run when the other team is hitting shots.
Robinson goes right to the basket there at 17-11. And the Devilettes stay in that zone. Yanku double teamed in the corner. Washington gets by her defender and goes in for an easy basket. Destiny Washington is a good little basketball player.
She's putting on a little show so far tonight, Donnie. She's having a career game potentially at the right time.
Reagan off the glass, no. And we have a jump ball call, arrow pointing in the direction of Eastern View. So the Cyclones will take over, leading 19-11, 7:02 to go, first half. Hackley in the middle to Zariah Brown. A Yanku from the corner, way off. Fairfax leads it ahead to Robinson. Takes the three and makes it. Amaya Robinson, 19-14. Eastern View now leading by only 5.
Transition, Donnie, transition.
Like you said, you don't get much of a transition if you make the ball at the other end.
If the other team's making shots, right.
And there's Robinson, holds up, waits for help. Kelly Hutcherson, Fairfax trying to take it down low, double team. Reagan off the glass, can't get it. And thrown away. Ryan Brown trying to get it to a teammate, threw it a little high. Double-head basketball. Hutcherson for 3, way off the mark. Hackley. And a foul on Fairfax. Tried to do a little too much there.
Yeah, Autumn wasn't smart there. Now she's going to probably have to come out of the game.
I think that's her second.
Yep. I think I might take her out for a little while.
I don't know. She's your weapon. Ayanku for 3. Angie Ayanku, 22-14 Eastern View. Hutcherson down low. Reagan cannot get one to fall. Neither she nor Autumn Fairfax can get one to go in the basket from down low.
Fairfax is going to have to play smart here, Donnie, and not pick up that third foul, because if she picks up that third foul,
she's out of there.
She's definitely coming through the bench, I would think.
I would think. Hackley. Brown has an opening, but it closes up at a travel. She started in there. That hole was pretty wide there for a moment, but they closed it up. Culpeper closed it up pretty quickly and caused her to travel with the ball.
She hesitated. I mean, if you're going to shoot into the middle, you got to go. You can't hesitate and think about it. It's got to be instinctive.
Right. Hutcherson will take another three. Fairfax missed it again.
Oh.
And this is Autumn Fairfax's third foul.
Yeah, I don't like that call there, Donnie. It's just a difference in height there and size.
Washington. Brown. Fairfax got it. And 2 points.
That was a very nice shot in the lane there by Maya Robinson.
And foul is called.
Don't see Coach Hutcherson taking Fairfax out. He's going to leave her in there.
I guess so. Well, she better be careful. Ayanku taking it right down. And right there, Autumn had to be really careful. And Destiny Washington puts in another one. 24-16, again an 8-point lead for Eastern View. 3. Robinson off the glass, no good. .345 to go, first half, 24-16.
13 for Destiny Washington so far. She's having a fabulous first half.
She is. And it goes to Brown, out to Brown. McCombs over there directing traffic. And they're recognizing that Destiny is the hot hand tonight. And Destiny got that one. This kid is always around the basketball. I like the way she plays. Ayanku got it. 26-16, 10-point lead for Eastern View. Under 3 minutes. Fairfax did not take that shot. She has a couple of times down there she has not taken a shot. Ayanku all the way. That won't go. Saya Brown, no. Fairfax. For Culpeper, 2:38. First half. Amaya Robinson setting up the offense into Fairfax, and she wouldn't take it again. Kelly Robinson, or Hutcherson won't get it. Robinson, three-pointer is off the mark. Devilettes just cannot score tonight. They are having an atrocious time from the field.
Well, they're staying in this zone, and you may want to come out of this zone and go man-to-man to speed the game up, because the game has become half-court sets, and that plays right into Eastern View's hands.
Right.
I think I would have come out, played man-to-man, and tried to speed the game up, and because Eastern View is controlling the tempo of the game.
Hutcherson down low, Fairfax. It rolls off again. She is having an awful night. 28-16, 12-point lead. McCombs directing traffic, says slow it down a little bit with 1:25 to go.
They're controlling the game and the tempo of this game, Donnie, and that's why I think I would have tried to speed it up a little bit, the tempo, and go man-to-man, and and put some pressure defense on some of these Eastern View players.
The problem is now you've got Fairfax with 3 fouls going man-to-man, and they just don't have the speed to deal with Eastern View's players. Washington missed it. Under a minute. Ball kicks back out to.
See, I think opposite, Donnie. I think they do have the speed. I think with
Hutchinson driving, and she is fouled.
Good foul by Layla Hackley there. That was a good foul.
They could go to the line and hurt it. So Kelly Hutchinson will go to the line. Shooting 2. First foul on Layla Hackley. And a 5th team foul on Eastern View. Both teams now have 5 team fouls.
You know, Johnny, the way you could play, Culpeper could play, is like Coach Thornhill does sometimes, to where he'll put his big on the worst shooter on the team, let that big, Autumn Fairfax, stay in the lane and let everybody else play man-to-man. That would speed the game up quite a bit and keep Autumn Fairfax out of potentially fouling.
Emma Carson in now for Culpeper. 28-18, back to a 10-point lead. Brown in the middle, and a takeaway. And Eastern View recovers.
Destiny Washington again.
Zariah Brown would not take the shot. But Iyanku will, and she cans a 3. 31-18 with 19 seconds left. And Robinson is fouled as she heads for the basket. 6-team foul. So no 1-and-1 yet.
Both Iyanku and Destiny Washington have 13 points apiece.
And Susie Ishmael puts in 2, and a nice inbounds play by Culpeper. 31-20, 5 seconds left. Iyanku will take the long one. No. 1 second left on the clock. Ishmael will throw it in. Eastern View will contest, so they will not get a shot off. First half comes to an end with a score. Eastern View 31, Culpeper 20. We'll be back after halftime. You're watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. Questioning your career path? Explore the opportunity of CNC Milling, a field that touches all corners of everyday life. Get your career on a new pathway. Hometown history is made with each passing season. Reconnect and remember those stories that helped shape Culpeper. Rediscover local sports documentary at localsportshistory.com.
Gary Neal, it was all Eastern View in that first half as the Cyclones are leading by 11 points, 31-20 over the crosstown rival Culpeper Devilettes, and they led by as many as 12 a couple of times, and it's Eastern View playing a heck of a ball game.
They are, Donnie. They're hitting shots, and remember when they first came out on the floor tonight, and they looked like they were really into the game. They were huddling up, yelling, really pumping themselves up. I didn't see that the last game when they played. They seemed to be motivated a lot more tonight. For Eastern View tonight, Angie Iyanku had 13, and Destiny has 13. And Maya Robinson has 9 for Culpeper.
As we begin play, Autumn Fairfax is playing with 3 fouls. She got 3 fouls in the first half, was not taken out, so she's going to have to be Very careful, and they moved her out to the point. And the ball out of bounds. We'll turn over to Eastern View.
Culpeper needs to, like I said earlier, needs to speed this game up. And look, they have gone to man. That's what they need to do here.
Well,
I agree.
That's almost what they had to do.
Yes.
But the
yes.
problem is you've got to keep Autumn Fairfax out of foul trouble, and she's already in there a little bit, and they're taking it right to her now as Bowles goes in and Fairfax comes down with a rebound. And she banged that off somebody's head. She tried to get it to Bailey Reagan, but somebody's head was in the way, and it comes to Robinson. And she tries to drive the baseline and is fouled by, I think Destiny Washington will be charged. And that's who it will be.
First one on Destiny.
First team foul for either team. Reagan will throw it in for Culpeper. Gets it in. Hutcherson, nice inbounds. That's two really nice inbounds plays that Culpeper has run tonight. 31-22, under double figures now. Hayanku missed the shot, but fouled by Susie Ishmael.
That was a good pass by Bowles there. She is becoming a factor here in the first couple minutes of the second half.
Hayanku at the line, playing with a bad hip, which may or may not have affected her free throw shooting there.
And what do we always say, Donnie? The first 5-7 minutes of the second half?
Yep.
It's very important.
First 3, 4, 5 minutes, I mean, that's when one team comes out ready and another team doesn't. And we got a timeout right now. Timeout on the floor as these teams, this is an important game. They want to check things over and make sure teams follow their instructions. So while we got a moment, we'll remind you about Found & Sons. More than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. LocalSportsHistory.com. Hometown history is made with each passing season. Reconnect and rediscover local sports at LocalSportsHistory.com. And if you're searching for a promising career, train to be a certified, always in-demand machinist and New Pathways Tech, located at Carver Center on Route 15. Take a new pathway to success at New Pathways Tech. Hutcherson has not been able to hit that three-pointer with any regularity. She's 1 for 5, I think. Chloe Bowles puts it in. 34-22, 12-point lead for Eastern View. Amaya Robinson, no. Reagan walked. That's a good move if you can get away with it.
I think they've gone back now trying to get the ball into Bowles. I think that's smart, especially if you can get another foul on Autumn Fairfax.
Hackley. Hayanku from the lane, puts it up and in. Got the touch. 36-22. 14-point lead for Eastern View. Bailey Reagan in the corner. Robinson, the freshman. Underneath, Ishmael, good. And you know, you haven't seen a lot of Susie Ishmael scoring, but tonight they need her and she's responding.
Yes, that was a very good pass.
But there goes Bowles, blocked again by Fairfax.
Yeah, that was not a good shot by Bowles there. She needs to back on in, get down under the basket in a very low post.
And Kelly Hutcherson banks it in. Hayanku. And if that was a foul.
No foul.
No foul.
Ball out.
I was wondering if that was going to be the fourth on Autumn Fairfax. Kayanku gets it in, and Fairfax steals it. Gets it ahead to Reagan. To Robinson, who missed the shot. Devilettes just having a hard, they can't run, and they're completely out of sync right now because they can't run. Hackley, no. Reagan with authority. Hutcherson down low into traffic. That was an ill-advised pass down there with 3 white jerseys down under there. And Fairfax threw it right into Hayanku's hand. Hayanku driving. Fairfax cannot do anything, but she missed it. Hayanku again. And Ishmael will be called for the foul.
Yeah, Fairfax on the offensive end, I think, needs to get under the basket in the blocks instead of out in the high post and on the wings. I think she's more needed down there under the basket.
And Fairfax must have cut herself a little bit when she fell down there because she's being taped up right now at the other end by the trainer. Hayanku got it. $18 for Hayanku tonight. She had 24 last night. Missed that one. Scramble for the ball. Touched last by who? They say Culpeper.
Another good hustle by Destiny Washington.
Try to get it in. Fairfax right there to get the steal. Trying to drive. Nowhere to go. Missed it. Got it back. Put it up and in. She would not be denied there. One thing about Fairfax, she gets around people. She doesn't just drive blindly. And that saves her from offensive fouls. Hayanku missed it. And the ball will belong to the Devilettes. 37-29. 8-point lead for Eastern View. Kelly Hutcherson down low. Reagan could not do it. Hayanku, 1-on-2, missed it. Fairfax, the other way. Running and gunning right now. And threw it to Reagan, and Reagan couldn't handle it.
It's a little bit out of control.
Culpeper's running game was just out of sync. They just, you know, they were clicking on all cylinders the last time they played Eastern View. This time there's just something missing. The Hayanku wheels, and Ishmael is charged with a foul. That's at least 2 on Susie. No, that's 4 on Susie.
Well,
and now Culpeper's lack of depth may really show up here before this is over.
Culpeper's hitting shots tonight. I mean, Eastern View's hitting shots tonight too, and Culpeper's got a few fast breaks and few plays in transition, but overall, with Eastern View hitting this many shots and not making as many mistakes, you're seeing the difference. And like you said, Donnie, too, they're also missing a lot of outside shots. That's the difference in the scoreboard tonight.
Hayanku 1 for 2. Deja Richards comes in and replaces Ishmael for Culpeper. Ishmael with 4 fouls. And Autumn Fairfax, in case you missed, is playing with 3 fouls. She had 3 fouls early in the second period. Down low, Reagan, up and in. And that's what's going to have to happen. I think if Culpeper's going to come back, they're going to have to go to Reagan more than Fairfax. And Fairfax right there cannot do a lot. She just has to stand there. She doesn't want to pick up that 4th foul.
And, you know, that's first basket, first 2 points for Maylee Reagan tonight, Donnie. She usually has 6 or 8 by now.
She had 18 last night. Candace Brown is now in the ballgame, number 14. Hackley. Maya Robinson on her.
But Donnie, as bad as Culpeper's playing right now, they're only down by 7 points.
Absolutely. Well, it's still a ball game. They have plenty of time. Loose ball. Kelly Hutcherson comes up. Robinson.
Good pass.
Underneath.
Oh.
And Reagan missed it. And that's what they've been doing all. They've missed a lot of easy baskets down under. And Corey Hutcherson said that's what happened last night. He said it should have been much more of a blowout in that game against Chancellor.
You never see Maylee Regan miss a shot like that. Very seldom.
Not finishing.
Right.
Candace Brown outside. Hutcherson all over her. Hackley. Three-pointer is no good. Washington right there and puts it back in. Destiny Washington playing her game of the season. Tried to get it into Reagan again. Reagan had it inside the last time and didn't take it. And now Hackley has it swatted out of bounds. 1:56 to go, third quarter. Remind you, there's another game after this. Culpeper and King George, or Eastern View and King George, with the Battlefield District Boys Championship. That game will be preempted by the town council. I mean, far be it from government to interfere with basketball, but that's what's going to happen tonight.
Well, we think it's going to be a short meeting by the town council, so it won't be preempted very long.
Look at that. Amaya Robinson, all the way, easy shot, didn't finish. And that's Big Culpeper's big problem tonight. They've had the shots, they haven't made them. Yanku kicks it outside, minute 28. Hackley will take a long three, no. And Reagan threw it away.
Yeah, they're just a hair jittery tonight and not taking their time with the basketball and making more unforced errors than we usually see.
All right, we got a timeout on the floor, and while we have this moment, we'll remind you about UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community, UVACreditUnion.org. And LocalSportsHistory.com, reconnect and rediscover local sports at LocalSportsHistory.com. 1:22 to go, third period. And 9-point lead for Eastern View in the rubber game of this cross-town rivalry. Eastern View won the first. Culpeper came back and won the second handily. But the Devilettes are having their problems tonight. Susie Ishmael on the bench with 4 fouls. And Autumn Fairfax playing with 3. Washington almost lost it. Hayanku right there to save it. Washington denied the baseline. Now gets by Robinson. That ball is just finding Eastern View tonight. Sanaya Brown missed it. And here comes Autumn Fairfax to Reagan. Off the glass, no. Both Autumn Fairfax and Reagan had 18 points last night. Tonight, they are having a miserable time down low. Hayanku for Eastern View. 29 seconds to go, third quarter. Reagan out. Gets a pick. Hayanku shoots. No. Rebound Kelly Hutcherson. Leads it ahead. Amaya Robinson will take a 3. No. Destiny Washington, 10 seconds. Hayanku, 5 seconds. Long 3. Short. Third quarter comes to an end with a score. The Eastern View Cyclones 40, the Culpeper Devilettes 31. You're watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. Questioning your career path? Explore the opportunity of CNC Milling, a field that touches all corners of everyday life. Get your career on a new pathway. Hometown history is made with each passing season. Reconnect and remember those stories that helped shape Culpeper. Rediscover local sports documentary at localsportshistory.com.
Well, Gary Deal, if the Devilettes are going to make a comeback, now is the time. They have 8 minutes left on the clock to overcome a 9-point deficit. Trailing 40-31 to the Eastern View Cyclones for the Battlefield District Championship.
Well, Donnie, this game is not over, and actually you're only 2 Autumn Fairfax layups away and a three-pointer by Amaya Robinson, and they're right back in it. So Eastern View is, if they make a couple mistakes, it could turn around.
Ayanku, nice drive. This kid can play the game.
That's who McCombs wants the ball in her hands at this point of the game.
And there goes Robinson for 2, and she can take it to the hoop too. 42-33.
And I think she should have been doing that a little bit more tonight because of how Yanko is going to the hoop quite a bit.
Fairfax comes down with a loose ball. Brown on her. And Fairfax threw it away. Ayanku. Sanaya Brown, short. Kicked around. Sierra Brown. Ayanku will throw it outside, and Hackley will set up the offense. Under 7 minutes to go. Ayanku driving in and scoring. Angie Ayanku, what can we say about it? She is just a ball player.
That's what she was not doing the last time that they played, Donnie. Ayanku, remember we were trying to get her to take it to the basket more.
Well, there she goes.
And Reagan, she is tonight.
Reagan messed her up a little bit. And fouling, Ayanku will go to the line. 3 shots down there, and Eastern View couldn't connect. Remind you once again that we got a second game coming up, and that game will be preempted because of the town council meeting tonight, but it will be on YouTube. So if you can't get it on Culpeper Media, go to YouTube. It will be there, and then we'll pick it up as we go along. After the town council meeting is over, we'll be right back here on Channel 10. Ayanku missed the first. She's about 50% tonight on free throw shooting. One out of 2.
It's 24 for Ayanku.
That's what she had last night. 45-33. Eastern View. And foul is going to be called on Hackley, who can't believe it. But she got some body in there. There's no question about that. Layla shaking that head. Only the second team foul on Eastern View. In it comes. Robinson, the freshman outside. And Hutcherson travels. That's another thing. You got Hutcherson who plays down low outside trying to play in a guard position. And she's a little, she's not used to that. She's a little awkward out there. But when you're behind by 11 points, you do what you can, or 12 points.
Right. And I think the story tonight is Destiny Washington shooting the ball fabulous, and Ayanku right there taking it to the hoop, which she has to do for Eastern View to go a long way in the regionals.
And there's Destiny Washington up there with a hand again.
Last game we were watching these two teams play, and Hayanku was settling for that outside shot, sort of like Amaya Robinson is doing tonight. And that's the difference.
Hackley lost the handle. Robinson comes up, slows it down, now turns and fires. Nice rotation on that ball. And Autumn Fairfax is fouled and will go to the line. .5:32 to go in this ball game. 45-33, 12-point lead for Eastern View. Both teams move on in their respective regions. Fairfax can't hit it. Eastern View has a first-round bye in the region and will play next Tuesday, and Culpeper will play on Friday at home. Both teams will play at home. So a lot of basketball yet to be watched in the Culpeper area. Washington makes a move. Sanaya Brown is open, missed it. And Culpeper just lets the ball go out of bounds, touched last by Eastern View. And the Devilettes have the basketball. Robinson wheeling off the glass, no. Culpeper. Oh man, what a shot by Maya Robinson. Nice turnaround. She just threw it up there and it found a home. 10-point lead, under 5 minutes to go. Eastern View on top.
It's a big possession here.
Brown missed it, and she is fouled. Soraya Brown will go to the line. She is the sister of Malik Brown, who plays for Syracuse. This is the first one. I'm not sure if Syracuse plays this week, who they play this week. I know they play somebody. Brown coming with the second shot. One out of two, and that's kind of been the story for Eastern View tonight, but it's held up. 46-35. Robinson, Hackley on her. Robinson takes the long shot, no good. Rebound, Soraya Brown.
See, between Amaya Robinson tonight and Kelly Hutcherson, they've shot some long shots and not shot a very good percentage, and that's hurt them tonight a little bit.
Brown couldn't get it to go. Fairfax to Robinson. Trying to drive through everybody, puts it up and is fouled. You know, the last time down here for Culpeper, they put the ball up, but their tall people, well, the only tall person they have in there right now is Autumn Fairfax, and she was nowhere around the basket for a rebound. Robinson, the first one. Amaya Robinson will have a second shot. 10-point lead now with 4:09 to go in the ball game. And Robinson cuts the Eastern View lead to 9.
I think Amaya Robinson, the more mature she gets, the more she's going to penetrate, try to draw those fouls, because she has a very good foul shooter. She is a very good foul shooter.
Hayanku somehow managed to get through traffic and put that one down. And we got a foul on Hackley. (48-37). 11-point lead for Eastern View. 3:50 to go. Crosstown rivalry. Eastern View and Culpeper playing for the Battlefield District Tournament Championship. Eastern View and King George boys coming along after this. And a steal by who else? Hayanku. Destiny Washington outside. Takes it to the hoop. Nobody stopped her. 50-37, and that may have been the nail in the coffin. Robinson will go to the line. No, she will not go to the line. That foul was on the floor. She was not shooting. And we're going to timeout called by Mike McCombs. Timeout on the floor. And we'll remind you about our live sponsor, Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels, so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. Deja Richards will throw it in. And she gets it into Fairfax, who just cannot get anything to fall tonight.
Well, McCombs has gone to getting Angie Hiyanko the ball, getting the ball into the best player's hands, and he's going to live with that. I think he's going to run some clock. And Angie Hiyanko has shown that she is the best player on the court tonight.
Little teardrop there, 52-37. Hutcherson all the way. Got it and is fouled. 2:46 to go in the ball game. Eastern View leading 52-39 by 13.
Well, the last thing you want to do now, and Coach McCombs is a little disappointed, is to foul. You don't want to stop the clock. You want the clock to keep moving and get the game over with.
3-point play by Hutcherson. 12-point lead now by Eastern View. 2:40 to go in the game. Hiyanko, oh my goodness gracious.
She's having her way, Donnie. We called this, we wanted to see this the last game, remember? We kept saying she needs to take the ball to the hoop. She must have been watching us, Donnie, the last game. She must have watched the replay.
And Destiny Washington with a block. All the way, missed it, got it back, brings it out, and will kill some clock.
Yep.
Zariah Brown, Hutcherson on her. Under 2 minutes. Hiyanko, a little fancy dribbling there, and foul is going to be called on Deja Richards.
She's got that, Hiyanko's got that wrist working tonight. Rotation, little teardrop shots in the lane. She had a couple nice outside shots too. She got going early and got some confidence going, and I'm sure she had some confidence from last night. Like you said, she had a really good game last night.
She has, what, 30 now?
That's what I have her for, Donnie, 30.
She has the ball. Minute 40 to go. Zariah Brown having some trouble there, needs help. And foul is going to be called. Hutcherson, charged with a foul, will send Zariah Brown. Sanaya at the line. Off the front iron, no good on the 1-and-1. Robinson is fouled in the backcourt. And Brown is charged with a foul. 1:33 to go. 14-point lead for Eastern View, and the Cyclones look like they have this one under control. And Culpeper's not led all night. Maya Robinson hits the first one, and Mike McCombs calls a full timeout. And timeout on the floor. We'll remind you of some of our sponsors. LocalSportsHistory.com. Hometown history is made with each passing season. Reconnect and rediscover local sports at LocalSportsHistory.com. And if you're searching for a promising career, train to be a certified, always in demand machinist at New Pathways Technical Center, located at the Carver Center on Route 15. Take a new pathway to success at newpathwaystech.com. Well, Gary, Eastern View has had its way with Culpeper tonight.
Well, and Donnie, I think it comes down to Angie Hiyanku, and I think she's taken the game over with a great supporting player of Destiny Washington. She's had one heck of a game, and it's gone. They've shot the ball very well tonight, both those two players, and that's the difference in the game. And Culpeper hasn't shot the ball well at all.
Well, the saving grace is for both these teams, they're both going to the regionals, both in one in Region 3 and one in Region 4, and they cannot meet again this year. Maya Robinson, short, and Eastern View
Could they meet in the state championships, Don?
No.
No, okay.
No, the different regions.
Gotcha.
This is it. And I'm sure each one of them is tired of the other one by now. 1:29 to go. In the ball game, Destiny Washington. And Destiny Washington, Hiyanku's got a lot of points, but Destiny Washington kept Eastern View going in the first half. She had a tremendous first half. And right there, she puts that ball in.
I got her for 18 points tonight, Donnie. It's a good game for Destiny.
Oh, she's had a great game. A little short on that one. Eastern View does not even bother to rebound. Hutcherson with a long three. Nope. Hiyanku, who else? And she is fouled.
Hiyanku is a basketball player. She handles the ball well. She moves like she knows what she's doing. She's just a sophomore.
And she plays with no real emotion.
Yes,
she doesn't get up when she's having a good night. She doesn't get down when she's having a bad night. She just goes in. She's a blue-collar worker. She goes in and does her job.
And she's got that rotation on that ball from deep three all the way in to that teardrop. And that's going to take her a long way in her career, I think.
She's a good one and only going to get better. Makes both of those nothing but net. 57 to 41, 16-point lead for Eastern View. Now this one, for all intents and purposes, is over. And foul's going to be called down there. May have been on Mia Tinsley. Amaya Robinson will go to the line. Oh, foul is going to be on Zariah Brown. Robinson puts the first one in, and she'll get the bonus. Got them both.
19 for Maya Robinson tonight.
How many for Autumn Fairfax?
Autumn Fairfax has had a quiet night. I got her for 6 points, Donnie.
That's unbelievable. I knew how many she had, but I'm just, I just understating the point there. It's overstating the point. It's just, she's had a terrible night. She had balls that wouldn't go. Maylee Reagan had balls that wouldn't go. And they both got frustrated. And Hiyanku puts in another. She missed one. I can't believe it.
They got it for 33, Donnie.
And Culpeper throws the ball away, trailing by 15 with 1 minute and 2 seconds left to go in this one. And touch foul there by Deja Richards.
I think I would go ahead and just get the game over now and let the clock run on out.
Yeah, it's kind of all academic right now, as Mac McGarry would say. You know who Mac McGarry was?
It's academic, right?
You got it, buddy. Missed that one. Washington now with 20, I think, according to your stats. Robinson missed it way off the mark. 51 seconds to go. Remind you that we're going to have the second game tonight, Culpeper, or rather Eastern View and King George for the boys Battlefield District Tournament Championship. That game will be preempted by the town council meeting, but it will be on YouTube. And there goes Hayanku again. So if you don't see it on Channel 10, get onto YouTube, and as soon as the town council meeting is over, it'll be on Channel 10. And there goes Robinson. All academic now, 61-45. Hayanku will dribble it out. And a foul. I'm with you, just let it go.
Yeah.
All you're doing is improving Hayanku's scoring night.
Could be a career high.
It may well be.
I have her for 35 right now.
She's had a great night. Little off on that one. But you can tell her hip is bothering her. If she's got 35 with a bad hip, think what she'd get with a good hip.
As long as she keeps playing smart and taking the ball to the hoop, Donnie. She didn't do that last game, but she did it tonight. She's got to play smart.
36 for Hayanku, who gets some big cheer as she goes out and is replaced. And Culpeper will dribble it out. Amaya Robinson takes a long three, no. Sanaya Brown, 2 seconds. And the Eastern View Cyclones have won the Battlefield District regular season title and the Battlefield District tournament title. And now we'll go on to the regionals. We'll be back with a quick roundup in just a moment. That's the end of the ball game with the final score. Eastern View 62, Culpeper 45. You're watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. Questioning your career path? Explore the opportunity of CNC Milling, a field that touches all corners of everyday life. Get your career on a new pathway. Hometown history is made with each passing season. Reconnect and remember those stories that helped shape Culpeper. Rediscover local sports documentary at localsportshistory.com.
The Eastern View Cyclones have just received their trophy for winning the Battlefield District Tournament Championship. Final score was 62-45 over Culpeper. The Devilettes were never in a Gary deal.
They were not, Donnie. And like you said earlier, Destiny Washington played a superb first half and really allowed Eastern View to get out with a comfortable lead. And then Angie Hayanku took over. and she showed why she is the best player on the court. She had 36 points. Destiny Washington had 19, and the rest of the team, I have them for 6. So out of the 62 points, the rest of the team had 7. And Destiny Washington and Angie Hanyanku had 55.
Well, not only did Destiny Washington score a lot of points, she got steals. She interrupted play for the Devilettes. She was just all over everywhere. She played a tremendous ball game. So both these teams will move on in their respective regions, and we will follow them, hopefully, as far as they go. And great season for both so far. All right, we got a second game coming up here in just a few more minutes. We've got the Eastern View Cyclone boys against King George, who finished second in the district. Eastern View finished first in the regular season. Eastern View beat these guys twice during the regular season, but both were close ball games, and this should be a really good game. The game will be preempted. We've got a town council meeting. You can watch it on YouTube, switch to YouTube until the town council meeting is over. Then you'll see it back here on Channel 10. Until we return in a few moments, final score of our ball game tonight, the girls of Eastern View defeat Culpeper by a score of 62-45 and win the Battlefield District Championship for the regular season and the tournament. You're watching Eastern View Cyclone Basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.